So we'll wait for another 2 minutes and see if more participants join, then we start the session.
So your voice is not so clear.
Hello, is it okay now?
A bit better, sir.
Okay.
Flavian identity. Start ಮಾಡೋದು.
So good morning once again. Hope my sound is clear and audible.
Good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome to the fourth session of the one-week national level online faculty development program on AI integration, digital pedagogy, and institutional excellence for math accreditation, organized by St. Joseph First Grade College, Jayalakshmipuram, Mysore, in association with IQAC. I'm your host, Varna Machama, Assistant Professor, Department of English. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to this faculty development program which seeks to enhance teaching practices and inspire innovative approaches to learning. Today we have with us eminent personalities and passionate educators dedicated to nurturing quality higher education. Let us together make this FDP a fruitful and inspiring experience. At the outset, it is my pleasure and honor to warmly welcome our esteemed dignitaries, resource person, participants, and my dear colleagues to this session of the Faculty Development Program. I welcome Reverend Father Edward William Saldana, Secretary, MDS, Reverend Father Navin Kumar A, Treasurer, MDS, our speaker for today's session, Dr. Faris Ahmed, CEO, Cooler Technologies and Engineers Private Limited, Kerala, Dr. Chandrasekhara HN, Principal, and Ms. Nayana KS, IQAC Coordinator to this session. Now it is my pleasure to introduce our eminent resource person, Dr. Faris Ahmed, CEO, Kohler Technologies and Engineers Private Limited, Kerala. Dr. Faris Ahmed is an ardent engineer, researcher, entrepreneur, and sustainability expert with extensive experience in the fields of energy management, energy efficiency, and indoor environmental quality. He currently serves as the Chief Executive Officer of Kohler Technologies and Engineers Private Limited, Kochi. He holds a BTech in Mechanical Engineering from SCT College of Engineering, Thiruvananthapuram, and MTech in Energy Management from Government Model Engineering College, Ernakulam, and has recently completed his PhD in Energy Management from SSN College of Engineering, Chennai, under Anna University. His doctoral research focused on enhancing indoor environmental quality and energy efficiency in air-conditioned built environments. Throughout his professional journey, Dr. Faris has held several important positions, including Research Scholar under the National Doctoral Fellowship, Manager, Central Services, Energy Analyst, and Junior Energy Engineer at Smart Jewels Private Limited. His contributions to research and innovation have earned him numerous recognitions, including the AICTE National Doctoral Fellowship, a research grant from ISHRAE and SSN Trust, and a nomination for the National Energy Conservation Award by the Bureau of Energy Efficiency. Dr. Faris has published research in reputed international journals, holds a patent in the field of evaporative cooling technology, and has contributed to publications on sustainable and climate responsive air conditioning solutions. A passionate advocate of sustainability, climate action, energy efficient technologies, and the circular economy, he continues to inspire students, researchers, and industry professionals through his work and innovations. Today, Dr. Faris Ahmad will engage us on the topic AI driven research, innovation, data analytics, and scholarly excellence. We are confident that his expertise and insights will make this session highly enriching and beneficial to all participants. Without further delay, I now invite Dr. Faris Ahmed to take over the session. Over to you, sir.
Thanks for the warm welcome. And so before going to the session, the main session, I would like to ask you a few questions regarding, like, I hope most of the persons who are attending this session are either scholars, academicians, or who are ready to pursue the research. So people have to cross the stage of research at any point of time. So before starting the session, I would like to know what are the challenges that you have faced just before the research, who are yet to start the research, who are right now pursuing the research, and post research, or maybe in the academic level when you want to write papers. So if you could just shoot your challenges in the chat box, it will be easy for me to see and address that during the session. So I hope you understood the question, the challenges that you have faced during your ongoing research, or maybe before the research, or maybe post research, or during the academic level of like during teaching part when you are doing writing a research paper or related to that. So I'm the trainer for today, myself Faris. So introduction has been given. I will go to the presentation part. So I'll be sharing my screen now. Hope my audio is clear. So if a confirmation is given, then I'll. Thank you. That Dr. Vasthi madam has posted. So please keep on posting. I'll be addressing that during the session. Thank you. Hope my screen is visible right now.
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Oh, thank you. So the main topic of the day is AI-driven research. So which is related to innovation, data analytics, and scholarly excellence. Just really related to research of, especially for the scholars and for academicians also. This who are going to pursue research or maybe who have completed research will also the session will also help them. So before starting the session, I would like to say that see we are trying to adapt with the AI system right now we are in. So we should not be pushing that away from us. We should start to coexist with that. So a person who doesn't learn or try to use the AI tools will generally fall back in the system. So we have to keep up the pace. So this is the need of the hour. So what I would like to say is that creativity comes from our side. So we have to put out creativity. Critical thinking can be done by the AI tool. But if we work together, something disruptive kind of innovation and a kind of research can be delivered from the outcome. So you have to mainly understand this creativity from your end, critical thinking from, or maybe you can put your critical thinking as well. So it will be partly done by the AI tool, and together you will get the disruptive solution, sustainable kind of an excellence from that. So this is the outcome. So what we will cover today is these are the 6 topics that we will cover today. So before going to the research part, what you have to understand is that whatever research we do, without stating the problem, we cannot solve the solution. We cannot come up with a solution. So a well stated, so it's a proven principle. A well stated problem is a problem half solved. So clarity only can be received at the start. So if we are not clear, then so if we are not coming up with a proper research statement, or maybe with a research title, or with an abstract, or maybe after framing the research title only we can come up with an abstract. So without the clarity, you cannot get the best solution from it. So these are the topics that we'll cover today. So these are stages in the for a scholar in a PhD journey. So most of them initially what they have is the curiosity they have. but on the later stages of the research, it will not be there because you will get frustrated. You'll be running out of answers, or your perseverance will be constantly tested throughout this phase. So in the PhD journey, what we have, the three main things that we come out with is a presentation, is a synopsis, is a research article, followed by a thesis. So presentation, research article, and thesis. But in the coming in the coming years, a fourth document we have to submit from our, that is the research video might have to be shown. Whatever we have done has to be shown as a video to the presenters. So we usually pitch the presentation, but right now, because most of the last 2 years have witnessed is that there are many competitions are coming for PhD scholars who have completed the research within last 2 years or who are pursuing their research. They have they can submit their research videos, the idea to them. So certain competitions are coming out like that. So it will be enforced into the curriculum in the later stages. So keep that also in your mind while preparing, while doing your research, while you are on the journey of research. So these are the, so before knowing, going to the next step, so what I would like to read the challenges that you have posted in the chat section. Biggest challenge I personally face is the overload of AI tools. I'm unsure as to choose the right tool. Got it. How can we verify the accuracy and reliability of information generated by AI tools? Very valid question, both, and anything. So without using the chat box, you can directly comment right now. Maybe you can, anyone can raise the hand and say, please. I'll take 2 minutes of this time. Thereafter, I'll go with the presentation. Please. Please speak up. Let's this be an interactive session. Let's be friends while during and after the session. So those who don't have access to JS to download scholar articles for literature reviews challenge. Okay. Okay. Anything else? See, I need problems to solve. So I should know the problems that you are facing on day-to-day time. Please speak up. I'll be happy to hear. Don't hesitate, please. Anybody? How to choose a problem statement? Okay. Okay. So if anybody can share it directly, you can unmute yourself and speak. Arriving to the search gap. Okay. Okay, I will move on to the main section. So most of the so there has been a thinking that judgment that the traditional researchers is the right research for some groups. Most of the people are not yet ready to adopt the AI-driven research models or maybe the pathways. But if it's to you, AI is used in the right way, it will help to reduce the time and the effort that you are putting right now. It doesn't. So working hard is not the cool way right now. Working smart is the cool way right now. So manual literacy review is highly hectic. Everybody knows that. So for generating the hypothesis, so with respect to a research, so initially when you start to do a research, people have to frame the hypothesis first. Your claims. The claims is the first initial step for a research journey. So if you have to claim that you are going to do this research with some numbers and data, it has to be the hypothesis has to. So you will be coming up with X result at the end of through this methodology uh, by using this machine. So this will be a claim. While doing the research, the the results might deviate or may align with the research. So at the end of the research, whether your entire outcome is aligned with the hypothesis is not is the biggest answer that you are going to get at the end of your journey. And silo data sets, you will be coming out with electrical data sets, electrical, mechanical, everything. But how this can be correlated. So for a manual assessment, it takes more time for us to assess and connect, find a relation between the data sets that we come up from two different devices, maybe related to a single set. But how it is related can be can be like aided by AI-driven research. So automated knowledge synthesis can be done, data-driven hypothesis generation can be done, cross-domain data integration also can be done. So these three things can be done with the help of so questions can be translated to answers or through data and insights. So basically you have to ask the right questions to get the proper answer. So without asking the right questions, so your creativity has to be pitched in. Your creativity has to be brought to the next level. So your creativity will gradually increase as well by using the AI tools. So you don't think that your creativity will diminish. The problem with some, what I've witnessed with certain uh, students right now is that people use generative AI tools, but whatever answer that we get or the content that we get from that, we simply copy paste, Control C and Control V. We will not read it. We will not understand the sensibility, whether it has flow, whether it's curated, whether the content has some kind of sensibility, whether it has scientific value. Nothing. So without doing a cross evaluation from our end, it will be simply given. Don't do such things. So it's not advised because we have to completely check the authenticity of the information. So like the questions that has been raised. So this can be manually done and some techniques are there to understand that part. So asking the right question is the first step and be ready to use any number of tools that comes up in front of you. So that's what. So the first one is a novel hypothesis generation, followed by automated experience is the first step in the innovation journey, in the first step, and followed by drafting abstract methods and code that depends upon the discipline that you choose, and generating synthetic data for sensitive domains, maybe healthcare data, maybe certain domains are highly sensitive that we are dealing with the kind of research. So generating synthetic data and doing the deep learning, solving and doing the using deep learning technique is what generative AI. So I'll be moving on to the I'll be quickly moving on to the tools that we are going to use. So first I will explain what are the core uh, like the core competency and the core how it the core functionality of AI tools. So it can do machine learning, it can do graphical analysis, time series modeling, computer vision with the help of computer vision. So most of the people who have generated images, maybe out of some experiment, they might have to find the minute difference between some change which has happened in maybe in 300 images that you have taken. For example, most people have taken 7 images. I don't know if the participants might know about system analysis. So, or I'm taking a microstructure that we usually take during a post uh, a welding process. So that's for understanding how the inner layer looks like of the. So for that, so if we have, or maybe X-ray you think. So if you have 10 X-rays, if you put 10 X-rays and ask us to, so 10 X-rays might be from a single person. If you put it and ask us to give a detailed analysis out of it, it will. But before asking for the detailed analysis, we have to make sure that we have given enough data sets to train the AI module that we are using. If it is not informed, if it doesn't have the latest information for to understand how the image analysis has to be done, it cannot be done. For that, we have to input, we have to train the module. So how to train the module, I will be explaining it. So once it is trained and if it knows how to capture the anomaly, it will do the image analysis, it will give you the, if you give 300 images also, it will give you give you uh, the synthesize the information and will give you as the key, what to say, the key results or the key conclusions coming out from that image analysis. So modeling can be done, interpretation, how we can interpret it in the form of graphs. So usually we have only used in the maybe 5-10 years back, we have only used simple form of graphs. Right now, we have different kinds of types of graphical representations are there or interpretations are there. So whatever data that we collect can be interpreted in a different way, visually, aesthetic, capturing way we can do it. So these are the applications and research for each technique that we use in AI research engine. So coming out with the biggest, solving the big data challenges with AI. So massive data it can handle. So for a human to handle multiple number of Excel sheets, so you'll be coming out with 20, 25 Excel sheets with millions of data. So for you to assess that data, it's not easy, but AI can help you with that to curate it, to get the right value. And so it can create the structure out of it. If you are doing an experiment and if you miss out some value or if the data is incomplete, it can actually replicate that data based on the previous value, extrapolating that data and giving you, filling that gap there. The complex multivariate, so it can also find the relationship between each and every variable that is being. The next one is the, if there is a real-time logging system is there, we can use AI to instantly check what is happening, the instantaneous results, or maybe the results can be achieved through that. So this is what we are solving with AI. So, so traditional excellence over AI enhanced excellence. So reproducibility, automated data checks, transparency can be checked. AI generated summaries, visual abstracts, early forecasting. We can predict and bias detection also. Whatever data that we get or maybe come out from an experiment, if there is a reliability, if even with the data that we collect from the experiments, whether it has reliability or not, can be ensured because the accuracy of the data might change. So this can be, the flaw can be ensured. So let's come to the core part. So these are the steps. So 13 steps I have kept put. So this is an AI generated image and the PPT itself is an AI generated PPT. Can anybody guess which is the software, which is the tool which I have used to create the PPT? Any guess? Please say it because uh, I would like to hear from you from now on.
Chat GPT.
Okay. Thanks. Anything else? Sorry. Sorry. I couldn't hear it. So any other tool which I might have which I have used, you think I have used to create this PPT? So this image has been created with the help of ChatGPT. That's correct. But P- the PPT has been created with the help of Claude. So Claude is another tool similar to ChatGPT, which so for PPT, so I usually use Claude for generating PPTs and Gamma as well. So the first part is, so let's move on to the how AI is going to help us in research. So the first one is the idea generation part. So first, without an idea, we cannot move ahead with the research. So how we can generate ideas? So generating ideas require your creativity, first of all. So you have to ask the right questions. So first you have to understand, identify the keywords where you are intending to do the research. So these keywords has to be put first into an AI tool. Which tool to be used? I will say. So first it has to be put onto the tool. So from that, based on that keywords, it will give you much more information. Or maybe you can ask the question that which is the current research which is going on pertaining to this particular keywords. Okay. So based on that keywords, you have to get some information. From that information, you have to start searching for papers. So it should be from valid resources, valid research papers out there which have much significance. So how to choose that papers completely rely on us, because we can either choose a conference paper, we can choose a uh, content from a conference paper from a Q1, Q2, or Q3 quarter, any or maybe from any other white papers, or maybe research which has been published by some independent groups, or maybe from an podcast you can take maybe an idea you can take from a podcast as well. So or maybe from a video also you can take a idea as well. So idea can be taken from anywhere, but literatures can be only taken from the valid resources, because we have to. Or if you are taking it from white papers also, you can cite that white papers properly, which has been published by some entity or maybe some independent organizations who are directly associated with the government bodies. So you can do that. So followed by gap analysis. So the third step involved is the gap analysis. You have to find the gap in the literatures. Without that, it's not possible. You cannot move forward. So you have to find the underexplored areas and how and the future directions. So this has to be found. And there was a question in the chat box how this gap can be analyzed. So we'll come to that. Research questions. So asking the right research questions will lead to right hypothesis, the claims that I have said. So after doing proposing the claims, right now we have to frame the design. You have to design the methodology on how you are going to execute it from end to end, from A to Z. Maybe that path roadmap you have to set. So it involves uh, the tools, maybe physical tools, online tools might be required, data collection equipments might be required, setup is required, the kind of research process is required, the standards that we have to follow. All these comes under methodology. So next comes with it. So once you start the process is the data collection part. So once the data collection is done, data collection can be done through survey, through direct resources. From the experiments you can collect or from any other valid resources. So once the data, so right now we have to go do the analysis part, followed by visualization. You have to generate graphs, table, dashboards, or from that you have to give the assessment. So how you are going to interpret that results in the form of literature, followed by drafting, bringing the clarity throughout the content is the next. So you have to make sure that when you are reading from top to bottom of a paper, of the paper that you have drafted, it makes some sense. it gives some connectivity when you are moving from one sentence to next sentence. Followed by you have to showcase the citations. If citations are not shown, then you cannot. You haven't taken any data from the valuable sources. So this is what, so citations is important. Followed by formatting, which is applicable to the standards of the journal that you are going to upload for publishing the paper, or maybe to for the acceptance of the paper. For you to check, for you to select the journal also, there are AI tools out there. So this can suggest based on the abstract that all the keywords that you give, it will suggest the right journals based on your interest. So these are the steps which is involved. So it will save time, improve quality, boost productivity, enhance creativity, stay ahead, and will keep you ahead by leveraging the cutting edge tools and increase the impact. So these are the left on the left hand side. I've given some tools. So the first tool is the, so right now I'll be coming up out with the tool part. So for generating an idea, you can either use ChatGPT, which is open source now. You can use DeepSeek. I don't think many of the people, many of the participants from the audience are using in the audience are using DeepSeek. You can use Seek. You can use Claude, Perplexity, so Gemini. So Gemini. So, so anybody, could anybody from the participant can say, after using all these five tools, or maybe at least 2 to 3 tools, Gemini, ChatGPT, and DeepSeek, or maybe a third tool, maybe Claude or something. Have you found any strength for each and every, and a weakness and an opportunity for each and every tool? Have anybody used it and experienced it by yourself? What is what ChatGPT gives better? Can anybody say compared to Gemini? I hope Gemini and ChatGPT might have been used by any both. So any differences that you felt? The same AI search engine you are using, but still any, I'm not getting any responses. So I believe no, you haven't observed that, or maybe to the lack of use, or maybe observation, you might not have checked. So ChatGPT, when it comes to image generation, it was not creating good images. Maybe if you take a span of 3 or 4 months before, but if you see right now, ChatGPT is creating much better images. But when you are going ahead with the content generation part, it has shown some lackness. So if you generate content, if you start asking questions, it might give you the same answers, repeated answers again and again. It might not give you the a different answer. So that's what I have observed. But when you, while I was applying for a project proposal in order to for a pitch, so I was given five questions. So all five questions sound similar to me. I have put it all over there, and I've with the date with the content I had, I have asked to generate answers for these five questions. It gave similar answers for these five questions. So ChatGPT gave. This is my observation. But when I put the same in the Gemini, it gave me different answers with with which is closely matching with the question. So I understood that each and every question is different. Each and answer for the question is different, and so ChatGPT is actually have that lackness. Lackness. So you have to understand that from moving from one tool to another tool will always, using multiple tools will always help you in identifying the better tool for the current research that you're using. So Gemini gave me best results. But when I went to DeepSeek, it gave me a different, altogether different answer because I developed, I maybe the background data that they have or the kind of engine that they have in doing generating the results is different. So you have to find that. So whatever task you have to do, or maybe while doing idea generation, ask the same questions to these three AI tools at the same time. So based on your assessment, you can choose which is more apt for you. I hope you got the answer for this question. So while doing so, you can also understand the gap between each and every responses that we get from these uh, AI tools. So from that, it will be easy for us to complete the step one and step three, or a partial process of step three, the gap. So I would suggest to use three tools, that is Gemini in terms of content search, not content search, yeah, maybe content search, initial idea search. Use DeepSeek, use Gemini, use ChatGPT. These three. And moreover, if you give a same topic to a person, maybe a same topic to three-person, and if we give a single tool, ask them to use a single tool, they might come up with different answers for sure by using a single tool itself. By using three tools for three-person for a single problem statement, we'll be coming out with endless number of possibilities. So it's all up to you and how you use the tool. But here you have to use the multiple tools of same time rather than relying on one particular tool for doing the idea generation part. So next is the literature review. For literature review, we have many research rabbit you can use. Any questions? Hello.
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Hope all of you are catching up with me. And it's if anybody is facing any difficulty in understanding, I can repeat that, please. I hope it's all good. So I'm moving forward.
Yes, sir.
So Research Rabbit is, yeah, thank you. So Research Rabbit is the next tool that we can use. So Research Rabbit. So what we can do is that we have to put the keywords. From that keywords, we can get the research papers, and that research papers can be mapped together. Like we can find the relevance. We can map like, for example, if five research papers are there and three of the research papers are have similar number of keywords or maybe the content, then these three papers more can be is can be chosen directly for you rather than choosing the next last two papers. So this will help you to map the papers together with the keywords that you are giving. So first is by giving the keywords, get the papers, find the do the mapping, knowledge mapping or the content mapping. So I'll show you a demonstration after this. So so gap analysis research. So I will rather than this, I will take you to the so you can see that this is ChatGPT. So before starting your research, make sure that you create a separate email ID. Don't use an email ID which is of the institution or maybe of or your personal email ID. Keep a separate email ID or an account while taking subscription or while using this open access generative AI tools. Please make sure that you use a separate account. I use a separate account. So that will definitely help you out because it's very because every time when we start to use log in through a Gmail account, it will ask more number of permissions from us to access the data. So make sure that you never use a Gmail account of your institute or of your personal use. Hope you understood. So next is, how many of you have created own GPTs, your own GPT? Anybody have created your own GPT? Anybody have created your own GPT? No. So I'll show you. So I have created an own GPT. So this is the own GPT created myself. Okay. So where I can start asking questions, and so it's related to welding research. So I'll show you. Uh, so it's showing searching my knowledge. Okay. So it's giving some responses you can see. Okay. And how these responses are generated, I will show you. So, so this is my own GPT. I can edit my GPT like this. See, so this is the GPT that I have created. You just have to give a name first for the GPT or the. So you might be doing, for example, you are doing a research. You have divided the research into three fragments because you are doing three fragmented research in your research uh, process, and but the 1, 2, and 3 process are not interconnected. Okay, these three researches has are going to be done by you, but these three doesn't have any connection. But you want to write papers with respect to these three research topics. So first, you have to give the name of the GPT with relevant to the research topic. You have to give a description what you are going to do, followed by instructions, the do's and don'ts that this GPT should do. You have to give the clear cut instructions. What does this GPT do and how does it behave? You have to create the tone or to create the action, or maybe the action points, the do's and don'ts you have to write, jot it down over here. The conversation starters. Maybe you don't have to give it, but you can put a hi, or maybe these are the conversation starters. Even if not, it will generate. So you can see that at the back end, I have uploaded many files over here. These are the research papers that I have collected. So I have put it over here. So every time I collect a paper, research paper, I will upload it over here. So this GPT will basically work on the backend information that I've given, and mostly with the information that I've given, and only lessly depend upon the information which is available online. So make sure that this GPT only works on the information that you have given. So get the papers, and if you have a PPT or the paper that you are writing right now also, the paper up to the, maybe you have written the paper up to 40 to 50%, you can even upload that paper at the back end, so that it will be helpful for us to start the from that point where you have to do the next stage of completion. So this is how. So you have to upload the. You can upload the knowledge. You have to give the knowledge over here, and after that, so you can ask uh, the major literature in SMAW, pulse SMAW. See, it's giving. So these are the papers that I've uploaded over here. So you can see the file names and cross check it. You can see that at the 2024, you can see it's giving. So anybody know how to create this GPT? Have anybody tried it before? Everybody use the new chat for sure. But have anybody created a GPT of your own? Okay, I will show you how to create a GPT. So go to explore GPTs. You can see on the right bottom top right, create. Now you can configure your GPT over here, like I've shown before. Hope everybody understood. If I if if I have to repeat it, I can explain the process once again.
Please repeat the process, sir.
So in the chat GPT, if you have an account, go to in the chat GPT, go to in the GPTs, click explore GPT. Okay. For example, if this is the new chat, you might always use new chat. Okay. Rather than that, go to GPTs. This is the GPT, left hand side. You can see GPTs. Okay. Explore GPTs. Click Explore GPTs. On the top right, create GPT and start adding the name of your GPT, description, the do's and don'ts, and the conversation starters, followed by the knowledge that you have, the files you have to upload over here. That is the literature papers. Hope you understood. Hope everybody understood. So after that, so once you do it, you can create it. The create will come over here. So you can create it. So once create is done, and this GPT can also be shared with people who are doing similar research. I'll show you how you can involve others or maybe use this GPT. I'll show you. You can copy the link and share with the other, or you can copy. Uh, so so you can copy the link and share with the other group so that they can also access it. So you just have to give the access. So you can even add the tools to this, multiple tools to this particular GPT as well. So I've created one more tool. You can see causality assessment tool. So this is for a medical device associated events analysis. I have just started. I'll show you that tool as well. This will actually, so the main advantage of this is that, so once you start to ask questions in this GPT, it will get trained over a period of time. It will get trained over a period of time. So so once it is trained, the results that you are going to get from this particular GPT will be astonishing. Maybe it will be way beyond than you think. So, or maybe the right results that you want. So make sure you train your GPT to a certain level because you have to use this GPT persistently rather than using a new chat every time to get the answers. So once you ask the question, so the disadvantage of this is that the new in a new chat, whenever you can find the historical information over here. In the maybe if you uh, take any okay, if you take this, you can see that every time I have asked a question, the entire history will be there. So you can go to search and find where it is. But in terms of a GPT, so once you close it, if you try to again open that, none of the information will be here. It will look like a simple search engine, AI search engine. Once again, I'll show you. I've actually opened it much before in front of you. And again, I will open it. So this is, I'm sorry. Sorry, my system is getting hacked because I opened multiple tools to showcase it to you. So you can see that none of the queries that I've asked before is it's not showing. So it will again start fresh. So, but your AI module is trained right now based on the questions that you ask. So similar. So you use this this technique in your research. Hope everybody understood the first step that you have to do. So the first step is like put the key, use the chat GPT, get the keywords, generate an idea, and next is uh, the literature collection part. So you have to upload the literatures on the back end. So literatures can be checked with the help of SkySpace. SkySpace is an application that you can use to identify the literatures. So you just give the keyword, take a new chat, just give a keyword, uh, pulsed SMAW. Searching literature. So it's searching literature. So you can see 100 papers it has been derived, it has collected. So you just go there. So check each and every paper and its abstract and its summary. So once it is done, so you just start adding the papers over here. And you can, the problem with this is that it only give limited credits during a month. So make sure that you utilize that credits in a proper way. When because don't simply waste your actions. So every action has its own consequence. So make sure you use the credit points in a very effective way, efficient and effective way. So there are open access is there. Some AI tools, they give some credit points on a monthly basis. Those tools are there. Some tools where we cannot use it as an open access where you can only pay and use it. So paying and using it, simply giving the generating an account and you can use the app with credits and simply and the other thing, the last is the free one, freebies, where you don't you can do endless number of AI generation. Prompts can be given and the data can be taken or actions can be taken. Done. So this is what. So Sky Space have limitations. So it only gives you some free credit points on a monthly basis. So make sure that you effectively utilize it. So you can see it gave the references over here and it has cited it properly from which paper it has taken, the typical application advantages, definition and principles. So only I gave the keyword over here, but rather than giving the keyword, just give the entire hypothesis over here, or maybe the core research area, that the statement that you have crafted. You just give it over here, and based on it, it will give you a refined set of papers. So that's how you should. Sky Space is one tool. Next one is Research Rabbit. Uh, Let me see whether I have added those an extension. So okay, please bear with me because since I have opened many tabs, the system might get slow. All are actually consuming my RAM at the same time. So this is research. So let me log in. I already have account in this, I guess. Yes, I have. So here you just give the keyword or maybe the digital ID. So I will give misschooling. For example, I will give misschooling over here. So you can see, start seeing the papers over here. You just click. First, you can either save this to a new folder, all these papers for easy identification and tracking. You can do find related articles of 3 articles. You can go. So since you have chosen these 3 papers, it will see, you can see the mapping of each and every paper, how it is interconnected. So which all papers are more similar to your research title, you can choose that, identical to your research title. So this will give you a representation or an idea or an outline of which all papers has to be chosen. So the decision making process right now lies with you to go ahead with the right selection. So this is it. So hope everybody understood this part. So Research Rabbit for literature review, for idea generation, DeepSeek, ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, Claude, anything you can use. Okay. And for next literature review, Research Rabbit and SciSpace, followed by research gap analysis is the question that the next came up. For that, you have to create your own GPT, start putting all these literatures on the back end, put the do's and don'ts and give instructions and get the right, keep on asking questions and get the research gap from that, from these articles that you have already saved and uploaded in the backend. Hope these 3 points are clear. 3 steps are clear. If anybody gives a confirmation, I will move on. If any doubts till now, may please ask. We'll be happy to acknowledge. Any doubts? Do I need to repeat this? If I'm going at a very faster pace also, you can stop me in between and say it, please. Okay. Because since the time is limited, I'm just pacing. Hope till now it's fine. You are with me, like you understood all the process.
So using this can we do keyword analysis
Sorry?
by using research rabbit can we do keyword analysis?
Keyword analysis. Okay. So that can be done with the help of another tool called, wait, I'll show you. I think it's okay. I'll use my own paper to show it. So go to an extension. I think for keyword analysis, science research assistant. You choose this one, science research assistant. Thanks for asking that question. So this is another tool where you can actually get multiple papers with the help of keywords. For example, if you give misschooling over here, keyword misschooling over here, and if you want to find multiple, okay, so at a time you'll get, see, you can see multiple windows are being opened. It has two functionalities, this particular tool. So you got, in one tab, you got this particular. If you are being more specific, then you will get more more proper results. It's very slow. So this is the frontiers uh, page where you got this particular article with the help with the keyword that we have given. So at a time, see another. So you can see more number of papers with related to mist is coming out. This cooling is coming out. So this is related to this particular publication, ACS. So Frontiers, ACA, and Science Organization. So they are also will come up with multiple papers, maybe a research article which has been published. MTPI, similarly MTPI, then C in MTPI. If you want to find the keywords, the miscalling in this, just wait. Mm. Keyword frequency analysis. So this is part of the research, science research assistant tool. System is getting too slow. Sorry. Elsewhere, Springer, uh, Google. So you are getting resources from many places. So you can see that. So related to miscalling. This is another accept all cookies or PLOS. You can see that. So at a time, 6 windows has been opened. So many avenues have been opened for you to access the literature with the help of the keyword. I will use one particular paper to show how to see the keywords in a single paper that you open. Mm, mm. And another one tool is the lazy scholar. So this is an extension that you have to add for you to understand whether these journals are actually appropriate journals, because you will get bogus data and bogus journals out there. So there are a lot of fake journals are also out there. So in order to check the authenticity, put you have to give the extension lazy scholar. So I'll show you how it works. Just I'll refresh it. So this is the topic of the paper, mm, that you can see it and it. So you can see that it's an open access paper, okay, with 13 citations till now for this particular paper itself from the date of publication. It comes under top 5% of the journals in the world, and it's a Q1 paper. So you got this much information to check the authenticity of the paper that, yeah. So you can see it's Q1, SGR 0.87, H index 347. Similarly, uh, if you uh, if you want to check the authenticity, you can use this particular tool, Lazy Scholar, Lazy, L-A-Z-Y, Lazy Scholar. So for you to download the papers where you don't have any access, so for that you can use unpaywall. So you can see an extension here. So this is an extension of unpaywall. I will let me see whether I can. So previously it was Sci-Hub was being used, but right now Sci-Hub is not effective. But this is to a certain extent, this can give access to many of the literatures out there where you have where very hard for you to access. So, so if you click unpaywall, so it will lead to. So the system is getting very slow. So I'll do one thing. Okay, it's right now. So this paper is out there. If you can see this one is coming up. So if you click this, can print the PDF, I guess. Yeah, you can see that the PDF. So right now you got it. Hope you understood. So this was the paper. You want to access that, but in the only the abstract and the keywords and all these information was given. You didn't have the full paper over here. So when you click unpaywall on this particular icon, it led to the another window where you can download this paper. You can see it's coming as a PDF. You can download now. So this is the paper which has been submitted during the correction review process. So you got the entire paper. Hope everybody understood this particular technique of getting the journals which is under subscription model. I cannot assure you all the journals can be up to date, but to a certain extent with unpaywall you can. Right now Sci-Hub is not a valid resource. You can use this particular tool. Any questions? Okay, one of the uh, professor have asked a question: how to choose the right tools, or maybe to get suppose I will explain the challenges that we face. One is we will run out of credit. Some AI tools that you use, you will access it, you'll get few credits. Once you start to use it, it gets exhausted. The process will be half cooked, half baked, and you have again have to repeat the process. You have to start finding another similar AI tool for you to facilitate the same process, same action. So you will run out of credits. You might not have access to that because you might have to pay, which might be an exorbitant subscription fees that they might be charging. You don't have the enough uh, finance to purchase that. At that moment, you can use this particular platform called G2, g2.com. You can note it down, g2.com, where you will get two benefits. You can find different tools from it, and you can even rate after using the products. If you rate the tools, they'll also give you a voucher, Amazon, Flipkart, any voucher also. So you'll get certain emails related to that. So once you start to use and give the product experience, also they will give you vouchers. So this is a good freebie or the goodie that you get. But the core functionality or the core use of this is to. So I've given the best AI tools for researchers, but I'll be more specific for what to say for literature review. So you can find more number of paid open source, uh, some with credits. So you can find many. So this is the current so AI writing assistant which came up. So you can show more. So you can use this tool. You can go and use this tool. So you can. So I'll go ahead with any. So for literature review, for data analysis. So 76 products are there. You can see AI tools. Axify, Harness Platform, Beacon, Coactive. So you can see the reviews over here and choose the right application. Maybe these are the first models, or maybe these applications are at the beginning stage. But to most of the extent these are reliable. So you can use this particular application to do the data analysis part or the functionality or the stage that you are. So see, these number of many number of apps are coming on a day-to-day basis, so you don't have to worry about anything. Just use G2 and get the ones that you need. So what is the next stage after this? Anybody from the audience can speak? Say what is the next stage? So literature review is done. The methodology is framed. What could be? So methodology for drafting the methodology, the governing equations, the theory, the uh, the the experimental procedure. So this all can be derived from all chat from DeepSeek, Chat GPT, or from any. This can be done. But what comes next after data collection process is data synthesis or evaluation. So any application that anybody is using for specific application, apart from that I have mentioned, being used for data analysis. Anybody? Any names from the audience? Any names? Apart from the tools I have said, any other tool where we can do data evaluation process? Any AI tool? Okay. Since I'm not getting any response, I will show you. You can use Julius AI. This is my personal experience I'm sharing. So Julius AI, this is the one. If you have large chunk of data, Excel sheets, where you have to find the accuracy of the data, to find the anomalies in the data, to fill the missing data, to understand how the data is working, to find the correlation, to generate graph, to generate tables. All this can be done with the help of Julius AI. It can be done. You'll get simply superb graphs you'll get from this. Accuracy is top notch, I would say. So this is my personal experience, but problem is that when I was starting to use this, this was a free application. Right now, only certain credits will be given on a monthly basis. But right now, I'm exhausted with the credits. But this can, once you have collected the data, you can go for the subscription of this for for a month or two. Make sure that you have collected enough data for your research. Then only you should start to move ahead with this particular tool. So you should get the subscription for scholars, for students, or for academicians. If you claim it as scholars, you can get a fee discount up to 50%. You just have to drop a mail to Julius team. You'll get a 50% free discount on a monthly subscription fee. You will be given a code by them. You have to enter that code while doing the payment and get the access for 1 month and complete the entire data evaluation process. So this is the funda that you can do. So you can generate image, do Excel sheet analysis, create dashboards, track. So the major advantage of this is that whatever is being generated at the back end, for example, if you give an Excel sheet, if you ask to generate a graph and you have generated graph and you have kept it over there, again you have to do some kind more interpretations on the graph. If you try to do it on the next day, it won't work. You again have to start the process because it will erase the data in the backend so that the plagiarism aspect will not be there. While when you are going for the when you are about to do the plagiarism check part, it will not show plagiarism. So every 24 hours, it will delete the data in the backend. So every time it's a fresh start. But there are positive aspect and negative aspect. Is that negative aspect is that you cannot start from the end that you have where you have stopped. You just have to begin again. But the advantage is that it will not be reflecting in the plagiarism side. And there are two things that are there. The AI generated images and tables will not show any AI plagiarism when you are checking it in a plagiarism checking software like Turnitin. It won't show. But the content that you generate will show. A definite AI plagiarism will be there. Now to tackle that, I will be giving you certain tips so you can use that to avoid the AI plagiarism part. So data evaluation is also done. So what is the next step? Results and conclusion. This app itself will give you results and conclusion. If you want more iterations, more number of, you can even put that back into DeepSeek, Claude, anything you can put and get the uh, diverse outcomes from each and every uh, platform, AI tool that you have. So the results and conclusion part is done. Now, next is the citation and references, followed by plagiarism check is the next part of the process. So for doing the references, so I will delete this particular application, Skyspace. Uh, So you can also use chat PDF to chat and get more number of. So you can put the literature and start asking the questions and get the answers from that. So chat PDF is also a tool which helps you out. For data collection part, you can use SurveyMonkey. So if you are doing, if you want to collect data from an audience, from an audience of 50 group members, you can start creating the surveys like this. You just give the keyword, it will give a design survey. You can publish that survey with the help of connected apps. You can share it, and after that, the results can be analyzed. So once the description, once the survey is filled, it will give you the results in the form of a conclusive data. What it has, what based on the survey, what uh, assessment it has been done. So this is one tool where you can use for data collection process also. So SurveyMonkey AI. So video to text converter. So this is another tool, a plugin or an add-on, which we can extension that we can patch to Chrome. Sometimes you take contents from the internet itself, from a video. So you just play the video, just add this extension, this particular extension over here, play any YouTube video, ask for the summary or transcription. It will give you summary like this. So you can download, you can copy, you play, you can get the summary from here without playing the entire video. Maybe after playing the video, if you want entire summary, which you need to those summary points, if you need it on your uh, that has to be put onto your PPT presentation also. This can be put from directly from here. So you don't have to take effort by directly uh, playing the entire 2 hour, 3 hour video. You just have to get uh, uh, the basic information and take the or if you feel like the summary is not curated, you can put that into DeepSeek or ChatGPT, get it much more curated from there. So there is another application called Merlin AI, which also generates transcript and summary. So you can use Merlin AI and video to text converter, these two. So Merlin AI will also come up in the mail also. This plugin, this particular extension will also reflect in your mail. For example, if you want to auto reply your mail, uh, this Copilot will be there. For example, uh, if you want to give a reply to this, reply. Uh, it was supposed to show AI Copilot over here. I don't know why it's not showing. This, yeah, it's here. So you can see AI over here. Hope it is visible. You can see the cursor. So you can even compose. See, log in and do the compose part. See, if you want to give the reply, click this particular login. So you just have to give the tone. It will read the entire previous mail and will give the entire reply for that automated reply. You just have to give the tone. It might be diplomatic, it might be assertive, it might be polite. So you just give the tone, and if any specifics is there that you would like to highlight, or maybe you can. So you can write a cold email. It's already giving you options. So you can write a cold email. So it will. Okay, so you can see that shorten it, improve writing, simplify length, so it will give. So this will help you to save time. But before directly sending it, make sure that you read it once, because this information can also be uh, will not will some errors will be there. So make sure your surveillance is also there, and our scrutiny is also there before sending it out. So you can use Merlin AI, MERLIN, Merlin AI application for that. This is the one. So generate for generating presentations in your for your academic purpose, you can use Claude. It only gives you free credits for maybe it's not free credits. Once you use it, it will after a certain time, maybe after 8 hours or 9 hours, you can use it again. So make sure that while you are shooting the information to get the exact PPT, do it in first go or second go, first or second attempt. In the third attempt, you might have to wait for another 8 hours to do the for doing the further modification. So if you want it directly, make sure the entire data how you want it. You just go to ChatGPT, get the information on how you the layout that you want, put it over here, generate it. It will give you the finest result. So use Claude for generating presentations, and another one is Gamma. So for tomorrow's presentation, I have prepared it with the help of Gamma. So the next tool is even you can convert your research into podcast. If you don't have time to read, you can convert a research paper into a podcast. Certain applications are there. You can check and do it. A podcast, you can save it in the WhatsApp chat, play it and listen to that. It will generate as a podcast like two people saying about your research topic. A research paper will be there translated into a topic of discussion by two AI bots. So once they start to speak, it will be easy for you to understand rather than reading simply a lot of information out there. When people try to discuss the major key findings that they have come up with, or maybe the literature they have gone up with. So this will be presented in the form of a podcast. You can listen it. You can understand it much more better. So before giving presentations, it will enable you to uh, get the data inside your subconscious memory, this information. So when you hear, so to develop this kind of culture while doing your research. So next would be, so you can see I have kept, I given simply a keyword mischooling. So see, hey everyone, welcome to Cool Science. I'm Maya. Today we are talking about something that might help comfort. Hi Maya, Jordan. I have to say I'll play this. So I've created this podcast from giving a keyword. So you can download this and keep it with you for listening. So this will help you to keep you updated because, for example, the major problem that a researcher faces that you'll keep on doing research, you'll do deep research, but for the next 1 month, if you come up with an accident or if any certain emergencies are there, you'll not be available for the next 2 to 3 weeks to do the research. Okay, you might lose track of it. Many all the research scholars face this particular problem. So you, in order to keep track of it, if you want to catch up with that, or if you have to push back to the current state, you can use these whole the podcast that you generate and keep it with you to bring it back, help you remind it. So this is one kind of a tool that you can use it. It's up to you. Some people it will help out. So video to text converter, I'm closing this. Any questions? So you can take free plagiarism checking software from G2. So G2 can give you different options, but I would suggest you to use one of the Once you are done with your entire research, you can use this particular software plagiarismly. So, but most of the people, so it starts with $12. You have to pay up to below $1,000. Uh, so many people won't feel it happy to afford it. So I will give you a tip: make friends with those academicians who are working in universities who have access to Turnitin. So make friends is the only, if you are not happy to spend or ready to spend your money, you just make friends with the scholars or the academicians who have access to this particular university who have access to this. So that's what. So if not, then you can use this particular tool for doing the plagiarism check online. Or free tools are also there, but it will not give you. I have checked it. I have even given my paper over here to check the plagiarism, but it only gave a plagiarism up to 14%. The entire content has been copy pasted. So 100% is the content that I have pasted, but it only gave 14% plagiarism. And it gave 86% unique. So, but when I went with plagiarism, so it gave 90 up to 90% of plagiarism. So I would suggest you to go ahead with for simple checks you can use this, but for the final review of the plagiarism part, we have to use a well valid software. So perplexity is also one kind you can use it, but it doesn't give generate images. It doesn't give you any. It has limitations. So for generating codes, it will help you. For code generation, this will help. So this main strength of perplexity is code generation. So if you're working in a computer science background or if you're trying to generate code, you can use this. So next would be any questions? So this is
Sir,
DeepSeek.
any tools that you can suggest for paraphrasing?
Paraphrasing. So Grammarly, you can use Quillbot. You can use Grammarly, Quillbot, uh, and Julius AI also is much helpful for doing paraphrasing. I will tell you one thing. During my research, I most of my articles didn't come out with only came up with only 2 to 3% of plagiarism. My professor was asking me how it is possible. So what I did was I did the literature survey, took the literature points. Okay, the maybe you take extract a paragraph or maybe a sentence from that. Okay, extract that. You put all the sentences in a single word document, online document. Put everything in one single document. Okay, and next you use Killbot and Grammarly to do the correction part, to grammar check part. You can do it instantly with that add-on, Killbot. Uh, so everybody is aware of this Killbot. So you can do paraphrasing with Killbot and Grammarly. Both can be done. So, but I would suggest you to do the correction part, the grammatical correction part with Grammarly when you patch this with the Word docs or maybe with the Word document. You can keep it as an extension and do this. After doing that, so you after doing that, you just have to put this in Julius AI. Then go for paraphrasing. Then or maybe ChatGPT and paraphrasing, but I would suggest you to go to Julius AI because it will erase the data from the backend. So go take the points from each and every literature, put it as a chunk in the literature in a single file, do the grammatical correction, put that into ChatGPT first, and you give the prompt that don't even remove a single. You can ask the ChatGPT to not rephrase the content. Okay, give the exact prompt that don't rephrase the content, but make sure that you arrange the sentences or the paragraphs in a well structured way so that it shows a good flow and structure. So once the flow and structure is ready, you put that into Julius AI, then go for the paraphrasing part. Once the paraphrasing is done, once you upload that into a plagiarism check software, it will detect less zero plagiarism. Now you can nullify the plagiarism, I would say. Plagiarism due to the information that you have taken from the internet or from the resources. And the next part would be the AI plagiarism. The AI plagiarism will also will be less for sure. But AI plagiarism will show 100 percentage, and the other plagiarism will show 0 percentage in the case where you generate all the data from from a generative AI tool. Hope you understood. If you choose a generative AI tool, you start to generate all the content from a generative AI tool, then it will undergo a 100% AI detection inside Turnitin software. But if you choose this particular way, path, it's very easy for you to escape the plagiarism part detection. Hope you understood.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So, so you don't generate all the information from the generative AI. This is the mistake that most of the scholars are right now doing. It will undergo 100% AI detection. Don't do that. Choose the traditional method of taking the not traditional method. Take the information, arrange it with the help of AI tool, then paraphrase it. So that's the way. So next is the citation. In many during the research, most of the scholars will forget to put the citation in their research journal, and in the later stages of time, they will face problem on which all literatures has been reviewed, what all citations has to be put. He might not be able to recollect that part. Either you have to be well organized with the help of a tool. You can use Mendeley AI tool where you can add the literature citations every time that you refer a research, a topic. You can add that and keep it on your repository. If not, so mentally, I will show you is the citation tool. Two citation tools are there. One can generate a citation. For example, if you are reviewing a white paper, if you want the white paper to be the referred white paper needs a citation and a bibliography. For generating the bibliography in a particular format that is being mentioned by the journal. So a journal will be asking for APA or different format, IEEE, any format. So if you want the citation to be put in that format, citation and bibliography in that format, there is a application extension called MyBib. So MyBib, where I'll show you. Use this. You are simply opening. You want MyBib. Open MyBib. You can save the citation also. If there is a video, if there is a white paper, then you will get. So you just have to simply copy paste. If you want to change the style, give any styles over here, you will get it done. If you are playing a video also, if you want citation of the video also, most probably you will not be adding in the research the video, but if you want, okay, well, it will take some time, but it will generate a citation for this video also. See, you just have to click to copy and do it. So this is one, and uh, and if you want to add the citation to make it in the to add it in the repository for later stages of reference, you can use and leave web importer and leave. So you can see that other papers in the paper detected on the page. You can add this also in your repository. So you just have to add to mentally you do it, adding. So it is simply add. Select all and add. That's it. So it will be there in your repository. View library. If you go to library, you can get it for each and every research. See, you can organize this. Add to a collection to a group. So it will definitely help you simplify. And for example, if you are not an organized person, if you simply took wordings from different places and you have crafted a paper, right now you have to go ahead with the reference and citation part. Still, now if you are struggling, put that in put the drafted paper into Turnitin. It will actually search and give you the. It will highlight where it has from where it has been taken. It will give the percentage value from where it has the plagiarism detection will be there. But it will help you to show which all points has been copy pasted from which all paper. It will highlight and it will give the references at the end of the paper from the evaluation report. You just cite it, do the reverse process. You just put the references there in this particular form in the particular format you require by simply copy pasting that. Then you start to cite. It will be showing the highlight of each and every paper. A color code will be for red. The first paper is detected. The first paper will be marked in red. The same will be marked in red in the bibliography also. So you can do the reverse process also if you're not an organized person in doing the research. So this can be simply done if you have done it, and if you want to simplify the uh, to the later stage, you can do it as such. So these are the techniques. So I will move back to the presentation part. Hope everything is clear. So there is two more things I will explain, and after that I will move. So make sure that you store the entire data in a drive, not in your pen drive, not in your system. Save it on the drive. It will be very easy. So if you are making a PPT, a document, do it with the help of docs. If you want to create a presentation, do it with the help of Google Slides or Canva. You can use it. But the problem with Canva is that it will be only open in Canva. If you try to put animation in the Canva, and once you want to present it in a separate system where Canva is not there, it will not give you the exact animation. So that's a major drawback. You only have the access. You can through the slideshow of the Canva application, you can show it. But or through a video format, you can show it the exact animation. But with the help of a presentation, you cannot show it. So better to use Google Slides in that case. So that can be done. Or maybe you can create a slide with the help of a Canva. You can transfer that slide onto Google Slide. That will be a better solution. So if you want to go ahead with the academic presentation, because like Canva, opening Canva and showcasing it in the front of a expert panel, it's okay, but still will be it will create complications. So this is it. You can patch your so since this is in a PPT.pptx form, PPT form. There's the extension of this is a different. The Google Docs is different. So you see there is a difference between this and window and the other window. Same as it is both are Google Docs. Okay, so if you see, extension is not being showcased over here, but if you take over here, you can see extensions. Extension. If you click on extensions, you can add the AI tools, the AI extensions to this particular. If you want to create a presentation, so I have created a presentation using the extension that I've given. Slides AI is there, Elena is there. So I've given a keyword, I've given simple specifics, and I've generated this yesterday. So it's a basic extracted information from the internet, and it has created a Google slide for Miss Code. So during initial stages of your research, if you want to give a presentation, you can simplified presentation. You can use this, or usually they will try to give students to present it. So you can give a simplified version like this, based on the keywords that you give and the content that you upload. The PPTs will be generated. So I've used Alena extension. I'll show you. I'll do a demonstration quickly. We don't have time. I might take another 5 minutes. 1:05, I will close it up. So after. So it comes with the limits. So I've used already one limit I have used. So give the topic name, prompt, number of slides. If there is any attachment from where you have to extract the data, give it, generate, the slides will be generated. Ta-da, that's it. So this is how, so you can, so this is what, so I will come back to the presentation. Hope I have covered. So this is, you can take a snapshot of this, okay, for easy reference. So there is, anybody wants to speak? Hello? Any question? Any doubts? Okay, I will give last 10 minutes, spare 10 minutes for this. So I'll wrap it up. So these, you take a screenshot. So question is that always review AI generated content, and you should remain the author, not the AI. Okay, so you should have the control. AI should not control your work. So these are different stages and the AI tools which can be used. So there are some repetitive tools are there, but you can use either one or two. The app runs from this. So it will save time, improve quality, increase productivity of you. It will give greater impact also. So without giving the right prompt, you will not be getting the exact. So prompt, you have to be a prompt engineer. You have to be a prompt expert. So prompt, give the right prompts to get the best result, the best outcomes or the effective outcomes from the AI tools. So make sure that you give the right keywords or the ask the right questions to get the outcomes. So for Topic Explorer, so you can see, you can take a snapshot of this also. So ethical dimensions. So this is the major thing. So data privacy, hallucination, bias amplification, authorship, and plagiarism assistance. So AI might create facts. So there are problems that the AI might create facts. It's there. It's still there. It creates facts. So that's why I have asked you to use multiple AI tools for while going for the idea generation or maybe asking for the content generation. make sure you use multiple tools to check whether any sensitive or maybe a invented or a maybe fabricated data is there. Okay, so make sure that, or maybe fabricated citations are also there. This is the biggest problem. Citations are being fabricated. So if you ask the content, if you generate a content, if you ask the citations to be done by the chat GPT, it will give you fake citations, bibliography. If you go and check it separately, it won't be there. So make sure that the citations are not being are not you are not you are not going to ask citations to this AI tools, especially ChatGPT, DeepSeek, etc. It will create fake citations. So data privacy. So Julius AI for data evaluation. That's what I said. Once you are done up with, so go ahead with the Julius AI. Since they are taking charge from you, they will erase the data from the backend, so that it will not be showing plagiarism detection anywhere. It will not be transferred. Your data will be safe. So bias amplification will be also will be there in terms of the questions that yeah. So you have to go ahead with the training point. Next one is the authorship. Most journals prohibit listing AI as co-author. So you cannot. So that's the problem is there. So make sure that you reduce the AI relevance while going with the when going ahead with the plagiarism checkpoint. So make sure that you and AI work together, not AI doing the job alone to 99%. So next is the plagiarism. So once, if you are using AI tools to curate your data, make sure that you disclose the use of generative AI tools for what all purposes has to be notified while uploading a paper to a certain journal for publication. So key challenges that we face is lack of AI literacy, the black box model, computational cost. That's a problem. You don't have any efficient models which are under open source. So you have to pay and get it. You will get cloud credits. It will get exhausted. So that's a problem. And over reliance is also a major problem. Once you start to use it, you start to use again and again. Over reliance is not a healthy habit. So black box model. Sometimes there'll be a lot of uncertainties might be there in the content that you generate. So ask the AI to explain more and get the refine get the do the reality check. And lack of AI literacy. AI also needs AI literacy. Lack of AI literacy is there. So for that only people have joined for workshops. So keep open your doors for all the AI related free or maybe paid workshops. Create interdisciplinary AI teams. One person might be good with one AI particular AI tool, another person might be good with another AI tool. So try to collaborate and work together to share knowledge, share the knowledge of AI tools, and upskill yourself is the healthy practice that I would like to address. So, how to become an AI research? Learn the basics. Start small. Without starting, you will not be able to be the you will not be able to dominate it. Share and teach between your club. Create a club of and share and teach it. Advocate for infrastructure. That means you push your university or the institute to get at least a certain AI tool in favor of you, which can do at least 2 to 3 functions underpaid. So push it. It will certainly help you and the institute altogether. Maybe you can ask your institute to get this infrastructure, the AI tool subscription for the institute, maybe for accreditation part. If you want to do accreditation, it's a simply replicating process. Every year you are doing it. You have to create a lot of documentation. For that, you can use AI, a paid version of AI also. So you can ask for your institute and get it. And main is so skepticism. So always ask questions, verify it, don't blindly trust it. Okay, so that's what. So what should you remember? Innovation, ethics. It has future. It will give you a lot of data insights, and it will help you excel in your profession. So this is the next 3 to 5 years in AI research. So personal assistants will be there. Multimodal AI will be there. It's already there. So federated and collaborative research without sharing raw data will be there. And AI peer reviewers will be there. Reviewers will be there. AI agents will be there. You can see the latest news from, I think it's TCS. They are going to generate, they put hire AI agents. So they have stopped hiring and started hiring AI agents for doing their work. So AI will start to, but don't think that your job will be replaced. A person, AI is not perfect. AI needs the hands and the so it requires the creativity for it to do the critical thinking and to do the disruptive transformation. So you are required. So this is the future outlook. So this is the AI. So discover, explore, analyze, organize, write, validate, visualize, publish, and impact. So you are not done. Once your publication is done, it's not, your job is not done. You have to extend the process. So in order to find the applicable journal also, journal suggestor is one of the application where you can give the keywords, give the abstract and see which all journals will be applicable for uploading your current research. You can go ahead with that. So these are the applicable. So research. So it will only accelerate you. It will always help you improve. It will always. It's not going to compete with you. It's going to. It is going to join hands with you. It is going to create, improve your creativity. Is going to reduce the time, give you more insights, help you. It will combine the intelligence of yours and human intelligence and artificial intelligence together. So it is a holistic way you can collectively work. And so thank you all for patiently listening to my session. Hope everybody have understood what has been delivered.
Thank you, sir, for an enlightening and thought provoking session. Your presentation has provided us with a deeper understanding of how artificial intelligence is transforming the research landscape. The valuable perspectives you shared on innovation, data analytics, research methodologies, and scholarly excellence have offered practical guidance for researchers, faculty members, and students alike. We will now move on to the Q&A segment. I request the participants to ask their questions and engage in a discussion with our esteemed speaker. Please type your questions in the chat box and we will take them one by one. First question is by Preeti Akshit. Please suggest any AI tool that helps us to generate images for our research papers. Uh, if we need to avoid the usage of the
Julius,
same.
Julius AI.
Next question is
Make
by
sure you,
Samira S. Which
yeah, please.
AI tools are most useful for academic research?
Academic research. So it's a general question. Any specific? Okay. Mm, okay. Okay. Chat GPT. I'll type it out.
Next question is from one of our faculty members, Ms. Sahana. Can AI help identify research gaps or future research topics?
Sorry.
Next question is from Divya Prabhu. On G2, do we get free access to tools that we can make our office administrative routine works of schools and colleges easy?
Do we get free access to tools that can make our office? Yeah, it is. You can. You can. You just give the right keywords for the tools that you need. It will suggest you. Yeah, you can use G2. Thank you. Thank you, Divya.
Next question is from Ms. Kokila. Which is the best AI tool for data collection? Thank you for sharing your valuable expertise and making this session highly insightful for all of us, sir. We are deeply grateful for
Thank
your
you.
time and contribution. I also thank the audience for their active participation. Before we wind up the session, I would like to thank Reverend Father Edward William Saldana, Secretary MDS, Reverend Father Naveen Kumar A, Treasurer MDS, the speaker of today's session, Dr. Faris Ahmed, CEO, Kola Technologies and Engineers Private Limited, Kerala, Dr. Chandrasekhara HN, Principal, Ms. Nayana KS, IQC Coordinator, participants and faculty members for making this session a success. I request the participants to kindly fill the feedback form without fail as it is vital for certificate distribution. The link is posted in the chat box. We also request all participants to kindly switch on their cameras for a few moments as we capture a photo.
So thank you
Request
all.
everyone to
So
kindly switch on the cameras.
so
Thank you
thank you
all for
all.
attending
I
today's
would like
session.
to hear from.
Wishing you a productive and enriching FDP ahead. Have a wonderful day.
See you tomorrow.